Hello everybody and welcome back to another weekly pick'em. Today we've got week 12 picks, but before we get into the picks, let's get into the win and the loss of the week and then the players of the week. First off, win of the week is going to be the Los Angeles Rams over the Kansas City Chiefs in a absolute barn burner of a game. Are you kidding me? And don't you dare tell me there wasn't defense in that game, because my god, I think, what was it, like 21 points, maybe more, came from defense alone, either straight defensive touchdown or resulting in a touchdown from an interception or one of those fumbles. It was a crazy game. To think that was the first time in NFL history that both teams scored over 50 points in a game, the first time in NFL history that the losing team had over 50 points, and it's just mind-boggling. If you score 51, you're pretty much gonna win. I think I forget the exact stat. I think it was like 260. I'll pop it up on the screen. I think it was 216 straight games without a loss, scoring over 50 points, and then the Chiefs just broke it. But that was a great game. You need some of those games every once in a while, and that was a good game. And the Rams get it. Win of the week for sure. The loss of the week is going to be the Chargers losing to the Broncos. I mean, yeah, I could have picked a couple here, including Carolina. God dang it, Carolina. That was close, but we're going to pick the Chargers here because that was just a major failure on the whole Chargers team in that one. I read something, Keenan Allen says Broncos don't deserve that win, but hey, buddy. Apparently you don't either, because you lost. And they lost on a Brandon McManus field goal, which good for him. He was able to get that one, and they win in surprising fashion, in my opinion. Yeah, Chargers lost the week. Players of the week, SVTV's Players of the Week. First off, Offensive Player of the Week. I have a lot to choose from, especially with that Monday night game. I'm going to go Tyreek Hill here, getting over 200 yards and a number of scores. This guy played out of his mind, was definitely one of the biggest reasons just all night, not even just scoring, just his presence was one of the biggest things in keeping the Chiefs in that game as long as they were. Yes, Patty Mahomes did his job. Yes, Kareem Hunt did his job. The line didn't do their job, but that's beside the point. Tyreek Hill did his job, and I mean, he got first downs for him, he drew double coverage for him, he got touchdowns for him, just totally on that 73-yarders, just burned. Hold on just a second. A phone call. What is up, everybody? Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player of the Week. Whatever I said, we'll go from there. Yeah, he was instrumental. Okay, Defensive Player of the Week also comes from that game, and again, you cannot tell me there was not defense in this game. They accounted for so many points. It is unbelievable that people say there was, where's the defense? Because Samson Ebukam, that guy, however you say that last name, I'm pretty sure I got it right one of those times. He accounted for two touchdowns himself, one an interception, one a fumble recovery that Aaron Donald himself caused, which he caused two of them. And yeah, that, I mean, he was the turning point of that game a couple times. I mean, there were a couple different turning points in that game, and he definitely provided a couple of them for sure. Defensive Player of the Week, Samson Ebukam. Good job, buddy. Alright, Special Teams Player of the Week is going to be Brett Maher. Yes, he missed an extra point. No, that is not good, but he kicked a 42-yard long field goal to win the game over the Falcons. I love him alone for just proving me right in my pick and not making me look stupid for picking the Cowboys. I thank him for that, but anyway, that is not an easy kick to make, especially with that pressure, and he did it. He was able to do it. He was perfect on his field goals for the day, and I just have to give it to him this week. Offensive Rookie of the Week is going to be Saquon Barkley. Yes, I had a couple different ones to choose from, but I picked Saquon Barkley this week. He was an absolute manimal. He had 3 touchdowns total and just played out of his mind this week, helping them propel them over the Tampa Bay Bucks, who actually tried to come back, which they're making a habit of that, just losing out early and trying to come back. But it didn't work this week because Saquon Barkley played out of his mind. Definitely deserving of Offensive Rookie of the Week. Defensive Rookie of the Week is going to be wait. Incoming news. Yeah. Oh, Darius Leonard got a sack, a pick, and Defensive Rookie of the Week. Are you kidding me? Leighton Vander Esch got a pick himself and 8 tackles, but Darius Leonard also provided a sack, and yeah, both were big this week. I almost went a dual award, but I decided not to. I decided to give it outright to Darius Leonard. I think he deserves it this week. Not that Leighton Vander Esch isn't deserving. He definitely is, but Darius Leonard this week has to get it. He's been underrated this whole season, and this guy has just outperformed and outshowed just all expectation at the beginning of the season. This guy is going to be really good for years to come. He'll be a household name soon for sure. I can already feel it. He's a really good football player, and he gets Defensive Rookie of the Week. All right, everybody, real quick, right before we get into the picks, I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to try to make this a thing from now on, that I went 9-13 this past week in picks. That is 69% nice for anyone who wants to count. That means I am 93 out of 159 for the year. That is 58%. I want to hit 60 by the end of the season. I'm really trying, but that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th week in a row with 9 right picks, which is absolutely insane. I thought I was going to have more. Carolina, close game, didn't go my way. I like the try for 2, didn't happen, didn't work out. The Chargers lost, are you kidding me, to the Broncos? That was out of left field. And then the Raiders were able to get a win over Arizona, and and then of course the Monday Night Football game I didn't get correct either, but I mean that was anybody's guess, and that went either way for most of that game, and it just happened to end up with the Rams winning, which is fine by me. That was a good game regardless. I don't mind that one, but the other 3, come on. Anyway, let's get into this week of picks, and let's see if we can bump our percentage point up to at least 59, hopefully 60. Fingers crossed, everybody. Okay, week 12 picks. Let's get into it. Thursday Night Football, Bears vs. Lions, and for me, it's not going to be a contest. I think Trubisky actually was reported day to day. Actually, breaking news, this is fresh off the presses, everybody. Chase Daniel will actually get the start. Anyway, back to the video. The defense is just dominant, and the Lions, yeah, got to win over Carolina by 1 point, but yeah, I don't see them winning here. Bears win it 30-14 over the Lions. All right, the Redskins versus Cowboys, the classic Thanksgiving matchup, but Alex Smith, oh boy, I feel bad for you, buddy. And that, you know what, that is crazy. The coincidences, I know you probably already read this all over Twitter and heard it all over sports radio talk and all that, and I know you've probably heard that it happened the same day as Joe Theismann, but there is more, and a lot more. They both broke both bones in their leg, the same leg, on the same exact day, in the same stadium, on the same yard line, with the same exact final score, while being tackled by the only 2 3-time Defensive Player of the Year winners in NFL history, in which the team sacking him were red, white, and blue, and the Redskins lost in both games. Like, what the? That is just crazy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, anyone else who wins Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, if it's on November 18th and they're facing the Redskins, they automatically have to sit out now from now on. It's actually a rule that was just passed by Goodell. I'm totally just messing with you guys. I'm sure you could guess that, but I wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, in my opinion. Anything to protect the quarterback so he can get more games like we did on Monday night, which would be hell. But anyway, that beside the point. Who's gonna win? I think the Cowboys win in a close one, 24-20. Colt McCoy tries, but he does not succeed. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott and that Cowboys defense, most importantly, get a win on Thanksgiving. Leighton Vander Esch even gets the turkey leg. That's my prediction. All right, the last Thanksgiving football game is going to be Falcons versus Saints, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if total upset happens here, but I don't see there being any way that the Falcons can pull this one out. I'm sure they'll give them a game per usual, but I think Drew Brees and that Saints offense is too high flying for that that Atlanta Falcons defense to do anything about it. However, with that hit that Julio Jones put on Jeff Heath, I wouldn't be surprised if they put him at safety for this game. But anyway, Saints win 35-27 over the Falcons. All right, now to the Sunday slate of games. The Raiders versus the Ravens. And yeah, I'm going to have to go Ravens here. Even though the Raiders have momentum, they won over the Arizona Cardinals. No, the Ravens beating the Bengals with the Lamar Jackson experience. Oh man, I was excited. He has the most rush attempts by a quarterback in his first game and the most rushing yards with 127. I believe that's the most of any quarterback in their first start, eclipsing Randall Cunningham for that title. I'm actually not sure who's going to start this game. Probably not Joe Flacco. That means probably Lamar Jackson, and I'm just so excited to see what he can do against that Raiders defense, who has been struggling big time with the way that they can't get a rush on the quarterback and the way that that quarterback can rush Lamar Jackson. Yeah, that's going to be exciting, and I think the Ravens win 17-6 over the Raiders. All right, the Jaguars versus the Bills in a rematch of the terrible playoff game of last year where Nathan Peterman came in and threw a pick to end the game, and I think it'll echo that playoff game with the Jaguars winning. I think it'll be a little bit better of a game than it was, but I think Jaguars will win it 20-10 over the Bills. All right, the Seahawks versus the Panthers. The Panthers just, oof. You run the ball. You have Cam Newton on the 2. You're going for 2. Why do a quarterback sweep or quarterback power or quarterback sneak, anything other than what you did? At least if you're gonna throw it to Greg Olsen. Are you kidding me? Seriously, that's the play call you're going with, Ronnie Rivera? Seriously? Come on, boy. You know better than that. You got one of the best rushing quarterbacks, if not the best rushing quarterback in all of NFL history. Statistically, he is. And you pull that bullshit. Oh, man. That's not as bad as Marshawn Lynch on the 1-yard line, but that's pretty close. I mean, not in the magnitude of the situation, but just in the play calling. Anyway, it didn't work out, and they lost. The Seahawks had a big win over the Packers, and you know what? I think they get a big win here on the road against Ron Rivera in that Panthers team. I think the Seahawks win in a very tough fight, 27-24, and it's going to be close, but I think the Seahawks, they get it here. All right, the Browns versus the Bengals. The Bengals are slipping up after a strong start. They're missing AJ Green bad. Their defense is absolutely terrible, but hey, everybody, they got Hugh Jackson back as an assistant head coach, or a special assistant to the head coach, or some bullshit title that Dwight Schrute had on The Office, just to make Hugh Jackson feel better about himself. But that's beside the point. I do like Hugh Jackson as a coordinator. I hope he is able to regain an offensive coordinator position somewhere, because I do think he is a good offensive mind who can provide very good play calling for an offense. He had a lot of success when he was with the Bengals, and even with the Raiders when he was there, but he is not fit to be a head coach. He cannot control a whole team, and that was evident by the way the Browns were handled. Even though they had a pretty good team, they were not producing well, and I think that, yeah, that was partly due to Hugh. Actually, a lot was due to Hugh, and the coordinators like Todd Haley and stuff, they were feuding and all that. Anyway, Hugh Jackson on the Bengals. I just had to get that out. I haven't said that yet on the channel, but there you go. Cleveland Browns have as many wins under Greg Williams in just 2 games that he's head coach for them in interim as Hugh Jackson did in 2 years, which is 1. They have 1 win. Again, beside the point, but anyway, I think the Browns get it. I'm going to call it here. You heard it here first. Maybe not first, but you heard it here on StrangeVoodooTV. I think the Browns win it. I think the Bengals defense is just complete and utter trash right now. They're in turmoil there. The offense is missing AJ Green. They haven't been able to find a run game, which is weird to me with who they have. They're relying too much on Andy Dalton, and he can't do it all himself. And I'm just gonna have to go Browns here, who are on the upswing. As far as I'm concerned, they're coming off a bye as well, which does help. I think the Browns win 21-13 over the Bengals. All right, the Patriots versus the Jets. Are you kidding me? It's not even gonna be a competition. I wish it would be, but the Jets are not good right now. Sam Darnold has not been good at all. I mean, the only hope he has is if he has a Jared Goff like upswing in his career right now. He has not started off well, but like I said, Jared Goff, he didn't start his career off well either. Might be time to have a personnel change. I love Todd Bowles. I think he's really good, but he may be a good coordinator as well, not a head coach, just like Hugh. But right now the Jets aren't doing it. The Patriots are losing to some pretty bad teams. Let's get that straight. I mean, Titans have been off and on. They lost to them. The Lions have been off and on. Lost to them. The Jaguars have been not on that much. When they've been on, they've turned it right off in the fourth quarter. Hello, Pittsburgh. Anyway, the Patriots, those are their 3 losses, which is not good if you want to go to the playoffs or be a contender, but I don't think they falter against the Jets. I think they beat the living crap out of them. 34-17 over the Jets. I think the Patriots get this one. All right, the Giants versus the Eagles. The Giants on the upswing. The Eagles are... I have no clue what the Eagles' problem is right now. I think it's injuries to the defensive backs and the offensive linemen that are really hindering them. But even so, you'd think with the team they built, they'd be able to get over that hump, especially with that coaching. I believe in Doug Peterson. I think he's a really good head coach. So, I'm not getting the disconnect there, especially with Carson Wentz at quarterback, who is playing pretty good ball. But yeah, this one is actually a tough pick. I mean, I know it shouldn't be, and you'd think it wouldn't be. I'm going to go out on a limb, a huge limb, and say the Giants just punch him in the mouth. I'm saying Saquon Barkley. I mean, this may be a 200-yard game, all-purpose yards, not just rushing. Hey, you never know. I think he can be big in that passing game, especially against the Eagles defense. They haven't been able to contain running backs out of the backfield that well this season, and I think this may be the game that just everyone's like, what? I would not be surprised if the Eagles win. I would not. I'm in fact, this like a huge limb I'm out on right now. 21-17 over the Eagles in just one that'll be like, excuse me? That type of game. For me, a crazy one. Any way it plays out, it's going to be a crazy one. All right, 49ers versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers are going to start Jameis Winston, which is not a good idea if you want to win football games, but I don't think they want to win football games. I think they want to lose out, get a good pick, and try again next year. So maybe it is a good decision to start Jameis Winston. I'm going to have to go 49ers here. Nick Mullins trying to solidify himself as the MVP of next year and, Super Bowl contender of next year. Nick Mullins beating out Garoppolo in training camp. I can already see it now. Becoming the next Brett Favre. But anyway, no, I think the 49ers will be able to get a win here in Tampa. Their defense will be able to stop Jameis Winston and that offense, and then Nick Mullins and that offense, I think, can take advantage of a bad Buccaneer defense this season. I'm going to call it here. Nick Mullins and the 49ers win 28-12 over the Buccaneers. All right, the Cardinals versus Chargers. No competition here. The Chargers coming off a tough loss, and so are the Cardinals. So yeah, 2 of the teams that pissed me off this past week are going head to head, but I think the Chargers are the ones that come out. Joey Bosa came back this last week. I think he's got that game under his belt. He's feeling good coming into this game. He'll wreak havoc. Melvin Gordon looking good. Phillip Rivers didn't look good, but I think he'll bounce back. He has some off games sometimes, and usually they come against Von Miller and the Bronco defense, so it happens. I'm sure he'll bounce back and get this one, and I think the Chargers hold no mercy and just go after the Cardinals, and I think they win 34-9 over the Cardinals. All right, the Dolphins versus the Colts. I'm going to have to go Colts here. They're looking really good offensively. Defensively, they got a superstar in Darius Leonard. I hope he becomes a household name very soon. He's kind of under the radar right now. I mean, people are talking about him, but not as many as there should be. And he's having himself a career year, and he's only a rookie, so that's crazy. And I think they can take it to Ryan Tannehill, who is coming back. Ryan Tannehill will be starting. I think he might be a little rusty, and I think the Colts can take advantage of a rusty Ryan Tannehill. The Dolphins started hot, and they have not been what they were, and I think the Colts can win it here. And I say they win 27-13 over the Dolphins. All right, the Steelers versus the Broncos. The Broncos coming away with a crazy win off the leg of Brandon McManus. The Steelers coming off, and probably an even crazier win, in my opinion, against the Jaguars. They were out of it for probably 3 quarters and 12 minutes that game, and somehow, I told you, did I not tell you that the Steelers, they either lose or play poorly in games that they should just dominate, and it's crazy. And I almost called it. I was gonna call it, and then I said, nah, the Steelers Steelers they're too good this season to lose to the Jaguars, even with that fact, and they almost lost. I'll take that. I'll take that as a win on my part. But anyway, enough of me patting my own back. I do think the Steelers will win against the Broncos, and I think they'll do it with ease. The scoreboard may not show it, but I still think they'll win pretty easily, and I think they do 28-17 over the Broncos. All right, the rematch of the tie, the Packers versus the Vikings, facing all the way back in week 2, and damn it, Mason Crosby, I would have been exactly correct if you kicked that field goal instead of missing it, leading to overtime and tying. Anyway, regardless of that fact, Packers are not playing well. The Vikings are not playing as well as they should, but I mean, they're still putting up pretty good numbers on both sides of the ball, and for that fact, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's going to happen for you this week, especially on the road in Minnesota. They need a better team around Aaron Rodgers right now. He's still battling injuries. His line is not looking good. They have a different wide receiver every single week. The only stable one is Devontae Adams, and even he was injured at one point. It's just a mess in Green Bay right now. Yeah, I'm going to say the Vikings win 31-21 over the Packers. All right, Monday Night Football, Titans versus Texans. And for me, I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Sorry, Mariota. Even if it is Mariota, it might be Blaine Gabbert this week. Mariota is going to be day-to-day with his injury, and that just, yeah. Even if he does play, I don't think they get this one. The defense of the Texans is just too much right now. They're on a win streak. Deshaun Watson, they got Demaryius Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins. They're just looking good. I think the Texans will win it 24-10 over the Titans. All right, everybody, that is this week's Weekly Pick'em. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We've been growing like wildfire over these past couple of days and weeks, and I'm just so happy, and I just want to thank all of you for contributing, watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that and everything. I just want to thank each and every one of you for supporting this channel, and in any way you have. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart to the top of my heart. I appreciate it, everybody. Comment anything down below that you want me to look at, especially if it has to do with these games. I want to hear your opinion, what you think about my picks, whether you disagree, agree. I would love to hear your opinions and maybe what you picked. Check me out at StrangeVoodooTV on Twitter. You'll catch me every now and again throwing a couple tweets your way. But anyway, that is going to do it for me here today. Stay tuned for a special Thanksgiving video. I think you're going to like it. But anyway, I'm Buddy Strange. This is StrangeVoodooTV. Keep it strange, people. I'll see you in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and peace out.